Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, welcome. My name is Jessica, also known as Chicprofessor on Instagram, and I make videos on luxury goods, sustainable fashion, and workwear. I said in a recent video, my wish list sort of video, that I was not going to be buying any work bags because I had no reason to, because I've been working from home for the last few months, and also because I'm not going to be going back into the office until at least fall of 2021 because I'm having a baby. So all of those things, I was like, I don't need any more work bags. And I said, unless I find something that I absolutely cannot pass up, there's no point in me buying anything. Well, I found something that I could not pass up. So I am always on the hunt for work bags. You all know that. And I recently bought the Pond LA bag, and I didn't count that one because it was a baby bag as well. So I wasn't so worried about that one for work. But then I ran across this bag, and I'm going to show you the bag, but I'm also going to tell you the whole story. So I said in a recent video that I had a bag coming from Altuzara. That's this bag. This bag is a couple of years old. I bought it pre-loved. It was a great price. I couldn't pass it up, and I found it really striking. So here it is. This is the bag. This is the Shadow Tote. I think it's beautiful. I really like it. I just couldn't not get it. It made my heart sing. It called to me and said, I must be yours. Please buy me. And I obliged. So that's what happened with this bag. I couldn't help it. It's so pretty. Here's the story of this bag. So this style is a few years old. They're not currently making it, which is too bad because it's great. They do have some other really nice things. The way I found this, I had never heard of this bag. I didn't know that it existed a few years ago. It's the Shadow Tote. There are multiple of them. And I found it because I was searching a Mal Clooney style and her work bags because I'd seen some photos of her and I was curious what her work bags were. One of them is Roger Vivier that she carries a lot. It's a white bag. There are a few others. She carries some Gucci, I think. There are other bags that she carries. But one of the bags that she carried was Altuzara, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. It wasn't this bag, but it made me think to look at them because I hadn't really done so. So I looked at their current collection, and I didn't find anything I loved, but I was like, well, I'll check the pre-loved market because I don't see the bag that she's carrying either. Checked the pre-loved market, learned about the Shadow Tote, saw it in other colors. I found it in a burgundy smooth leather. I found it in black in this pattern. I found it in black with like almost like a netting on the front and then smooth in the back. There were a lot of different variations of it that I thought were really cool. And so I was like, okay, well, I almost bought the burgundy one because I don't have a burgundy bag in my collection right now. It's really a burgundy or red is the only thing that's missing for work. And I was going to buy that bag. It was on the Real. If it's still available, I'll link it down below. I'll link actually just a bunch of all the versions I can find pre-loved because there are very few. I will link those down below. But then this one came up and I wasn't completely sold on the burgundy one. It was very classic, it was very beautiful, but there wasn't anything that was so exciting about it that I felt like I had to have it. This one came up, this pattern in the blue, this blue color, I just love it. So here it is. It has this nice, big, thick strap to it. It's very comfortable to carry. It's beautiful. Some versions of this actually have the guitar strap has like badges on it, kind of like the My Lady Dior, which is a really cute touch. This one doesn't, which I'm glad about because I think it would be too much with this. The leather is supple and soft, yet the bag is still mostly structured. My biggest issue with it is that a lot of them in the back tend to lose a little bit of shape, likely because you're carrying it kind of like on your hip, if you're carrying it on your shoulder. I'm not really sure why, but that seems to happen, and I think it happens more with the smooth leather versions, but it unzips quite a bit. You can tuck these into here. It holds my laptop. This and my Pond LA are the only ones that hold my 15-inch laptop, so I'm pretty impressed with that. I'll show you a quick little footage of what fits inside because I tried everything in it when I first got it. So really it fits all of my essentials for work. It's a great size. The handles are like soft and comfortable. It also has some feet on the bottom, which is nice. I don't think I'm gonna do a full review of this bag because it's not something that's still available. If they re-release it, maybe I will, but I'm happy to answer any questions that you all have about it. This is kind of gonna be my dedicated video about this bag though. The inside is really nice. It's nice to open, you can fit just kind of everything. So I like the size. I think that the handle detail is really pretty. See if you can see that in a little bit more detail. I think that the rivets are really nice. It doesn't totally fall down, but the handles do collapse a little bit, so you can get a little bit more room that way. And then the zipper is lower down in the bag, which always makes me worried about a tote, but because it's such a big bag, it still fits really nicely. And then the other thing I wanted to show you was just the Altuzara. I almost always want to say Aquazura. The Altuzara is very subtle. So even though the bag has like a pattern to it, it doesn't scream Altuzara, which isn't a brand that a lot of people would think of or recognize, I think, in terms of bags right away. I do think that when this bag was first came out, it was like $2,500 to $2,800, which was in my mind a little overpriced for this bag. It's beautifully crafted, but it's just not, I'm just not sure that Altuzara holds the luxury price point for that really well. I don't know. I'm curious to know what you all think about that. But on the pre-loved market, you can find a lot of them for quite a bit under $1,000. So that to me was totally worth it. So anyway, this is my new bag. Had to show it to you all. I know some of you will love it as well. When I buy a bag, I always think about the pre-loved aspects of it if I were to go to sell it later. I know that this one is not a bag that people are searching for a lot. It doesn't have a lot of demand, which of course is the number one thing that you need to be successful on the pre-loved market. With bags, it needs to have high demand. But I just knew that some of you all would love this too. So if I ever decide to sell it, I think probably, actually, my friend Jenny, who you all know, Lux Life in the Doghouse, she already wants one. And then I have another subscriber who has reached out. We've talked about this bag actually, and she really wants it too. So I know that it's just pretty enough that it still has appeal. But even if it didn't, for me, it was too good of a price and too beautiful of a bag to pass up. So that's it. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in a future video. Bye.